What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners video for today's 15-game MLB main slate, courtesy of Awesemo.com. Now, we've got every team in the league available today, assuming the weather doesn't ruin it. So right now, like this video and leave a comment down below giving me your favorite pick today to hit a double dong. It's America's favorite game here in the Four Corners YouTube comments. So right now, like this video and comment your double dong pick down below. I think I may have said double dong a little too aggressively there, but the first corner I want to hit on are the top pitchers on today's slate, and Jacob deGrom going against Miami is a guy who is going to come up everywhere for you today. Gets 2.7 implied runs against him, which is the lowest on today's slate. It'll be the top owned guy on DraftKings at 48%, while he'll be number 2 on FanDuel and Yahoo with 39% and 50% respectively. Miami remains awful with a 27.1% K rate and a .087 ISO versus right-hand pitching, while deGrom's 15.7% swing strike rate and 12.3 Ks per nine are as good as anybody you're going to find here, especially in a pitcher-friendly park. I like deGrom a lot today. We've talked about Miami a bunch here. They're a team to target against every single time you can because they don't offer a lot to go against pitchers, and they also strike out quite a bit. So it's a good spot here for deGrom, and I'll at least match the field on him today. Max Scherzer versus the Cubs should also be a popular guy today with 3.6 implied runs against him. He's going to be the number 1 owned option on FanDuel and Yahoo with 33% and 53% respectively, and not far behind deGrom on DraftKings. The Cubs have some power that can ding Scherzer, and their strikeouts are in line with league average at a 22.8% rate. But Scherzer's stuff remains overpowering, and with a 15.7% swing strike rate and 12 Ks per nine, I don't mind going to Scherzer here. I would personally prefer deGrom. I generally, as a player, like to go with a pitcher who's safe but offers upside. I think Scherzer here is safe because he's going to pitch deep. He's going to get some strikeouts, but he is a guy who can get hit by these Cubs today, so I don't mind him, but I will have more deGrom, I'm pretty sure. And it's a steep fall off a cliff here to Aaron Sanchez going against the Chicago White Sox. He gets 4.6 implied runs against him, but he's expected to be decently owned on SP2 sites due to his price and a 25.9% K rate for the Chicago White Sox versus right-hand pitching. Sanchez is not good, but his 8.6 Ks per nine can be useful to open up salary for an elite SP1 and better bats. I could see why you'd get there from a price standpoint. I think there are other cheap-ish guys you can go to who I'll talk about later in the video, but I don't mind Sanchez, and I get why he's going to get some ownership today. The next corner I would hit on are the top stacks on today's slate, and the St. Louis stack going against Jose Leclerc will be a top option today. They get 6.1 implied runs in their favor, which is the highest on today's slate, and neither Leclerc nor the projected long reliever Adrian Sampson offer much of value out in the bump. Matt Carpenter and Paul Goldschmidt are well priced at the number 1 and 2 spots in the order, but this positive hitting environment should benefit the whole lineup. I like the Cardinals today. I like them as mini stacks. I'm probably getting more mini stacks right now, but forcing full stacks is something I'm going to do today. Both Texas pitchers are bad. The bullpen also bad for Texas. The heat is getting there in Texas. It's a really good spot for St. Louis, and the Vegas total fully backs that out. And on the other side, I don't mind a Texas stack going against Miles Mikolas. They get 5.4 implied runs for them, and Mikolas' 1.06 whip is solid, but the 7.7% swing strike rate means that contact will be there for Texas. Everybody in the lineup besides Logan Forsythe and Jeff Mathis are over a 3.4% home run rate versus right-hand pitching, while Mikolas' home run rate is up to 3.7% in 2019. The main thing Mikolas has going for him is that he does limit damage pretty well, or he has historically done that. His home run rate being up and the fact that he's in a positive hitting environment today means that it's a spot here. I don't mind going to Texas. Mikolas is a guy who I'm not seeing as much value for, and the Texas' bats can get to him today. And the Cleveland stack versus Dylan Bundy will also be very popular today with 5.1 implied runs in their favor. They are solid values versus Bundy, whose 6.3% home run rate is bad, but he does have a 13.4% swing strike rate and a 35% chase rate that can be tough for this Cleveland lineup. Cleveland's been hitting so poorly with a 73 WRC plus and a 130 ISO versus right-hand pitching, but they seem desperately due for some positive regression. It seems like Vegas expects them to bounce back. I'm not so confident that I do. I'll have exposure to both sides of the plate here, but I am getting a ton of Cleveland right now in optimizers with our projections at Awesemo.com. The next corner I want to hit on are the lower owned options on today's slate, and the Cincinnati stack going against Rich Hill is one of those groups. They get 4.5 implied runs in their favor, and Hill's been getting hit hard in a very limited 2018 sample size with a 7.5% swing strike rate and a terrible 7.6% home run rate. The park factors in Cincinnati favor hitters in a big way, and the Reds' top 6 besides Joey Votto are all capable of big power versus left-hand pitching. I think Hill's been looking bad. Something may be wrong with him. I don't know exactly, but it's a good hitting environment for Cincinnati. The run total's not great, so people won't be totally on their scent. I think it's a really good spot for them. And another situation where I like both sides of the game, a Los Angeles Dodgers stack going against Anthony DeSclafani also appeals to me today. They get 5 implied runs in their favor. DeSclafani has struggled mightily versus lefties with a 1.56 whip, 10.6 hits per nine allowed, and a 5.7% home run rate. The lefty-heavy Dodgers lineup is expensive, but has lots of potential with Jock Peterson, Max Muncy, and Cody Bellinger particularly worth paying up for. There's a lot of ways you can full stack these guys, a lot of ways you can mini stack or one off them. I think it's a really good spot here versus DeSclafani, a guy who doesn't have it versus lefties, and now he's back home in a park which is going to give up a lot more power. Joey Lucchesi versus Pittsburgh also looks pretty good today with 3.1 implied runs going against him. He looks low owned despite Pittsburgh's 27.4% K rate and 65 WRC plus versus left-hand pitching, which were the main reasons we rostered Eric Lauer yesterday. Lucchesi's not elite, but his 8.7 Ks per nine and 29.2% hard contact allowed should mean decent opportunity at low ownership versus a poor Pittsburgh team outside of Josh Bell, the only guy who's been hitting well for them on the year. Pittsburgh's really bad. I was okay with Eric Lauer yesterday because Pittsburgh is so bad. Lucchesi's a better version of Eric Lauer, so put the logic together. I'm okay with Joey Lucchesi today. A Houston stack versus Rick Porcello also looks pretty good today with 5 implied runs in their favor. The Houston prices are tough to pay, but Porcello's 4.1% home run rate and 8.5% swing strike rate offers a lot of opportunity to a Houston team who hits well. They've got a ton of potent hitters across different price points, all at under 5% ownership due to their cost and a very large slate. So Houston, I think, is a team worth going to today. I think this Boston-Houston game could end up having some runs, maybe on both sides, but definitely on Houston's side. And the last corner I want to hit on today are the one-offs on today's slate, and Shohei Ohtani going against Brad Keller's a guy I like quite a bit. There's a solid 5.3 implied runs for the Angels, and it may justify a stack, but Ohtani's cheaper than Tommy La Stella, and he has a 174 WRC plus with a 7.4% home run rate versus right-hand pitching. The Angels park has actually been one of the better home run parks on the year according to the park factors, so there is a situation here where maybe the Angels stack is worth it, but I think Ohtani's a guy I like quite a bit. He's been rounding into form. He's obviously back from injury now. Things are looking good for him, and I'd rather pay a cheaper price for him than a guy like Tommy La Stella, who I really don't understand why he's hitting as well as he is. And Paul Goldschmidt going against Jose Leclerc / projected long reliever Adrian Sampson appeals to me. Sampson in particular with a 6.5% home run rate versus right-hand pitching should offer big opportunity to Goldschmidt, who's at a reasonable price with a 226 ISO versus right-hand pitching. The Texas bullpen's bad, and I'm not super impressed by Leclerc either. He's a little better, but he's only going to be the opener. He's only in there for about an inning or so. It's a good spot here in Texas. Again, the weather heating up, big run total, and Paul Goldschmidt going to be hitting up at the top of the order. And Max Muncy going against Anthony DeSclafani is also a guy I like a lot today. Muncy's cheaper than Cody Bellinger, but he gets hits more than Jock Peterson. He has a 6.6% home run rate versus right-hand pitching. Now he's in the top hitting park. DeSclafani, again, struggles mightily versus lefties. I like a Dodgers full stack here, but if I had to choose one guy, it probably would be Max Muncy, the greatest of all time, according to our own Josh Engelman. So there are my thoughts on today's slate. So right now, like this video and leave that comment down below for our favorite game, the Double Dong game. Give me your pick as to who's going to hit 2 home runs today. If you are right, you will get a special shout out on Monday's video. So do that right now. Like the video. All the support means a ton for these long slates in particular. It's a lot of work compiling all the data and figuring it out. So like the video and comment your Double Dong pick down below. And use that promo code SWITCH and HEDGE for half off your first month of any package at Awesemo.com. All the ownership projections, rankings, a daily deep dive column, Awesemo's top stack percentages, a lot of things that I promise will make you better at being an MLB DFS player every single day. So use that promo code SWITCH and HEDGE. Get in there now for half off your first month. I'll be back again on Monday for another Four Corners video. So good luck, guys. Enjoy your weekend.